on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
All right, thank you. 12 minutes before 8 o'clock. Hope you're doing well. Got a couple things we want to talk with you about, just things that are in the community, things that are in the news. So let's see what I have here. What is the Florida Feast? Let me start with this one.
Okay.
The Florida Feast is happening on Thursday, October 22nd at the Southeastern Livestock Pavilion, and it is presented by the Marion County Road Builders Association. It's from 6 till 9 p.m. There's a dinner from 6:30 to 8:30. So let me tell you about this, or do you know about this without me reading it?
No.
Here's how you can help our fundraiser. This is from the Road Builders Association.
Yeah, but it's spearheaded by Interfaith Emergency Services here in Ocala.
Okay. So later on we'll have Carla in here to help us out with this one, but I wanted to make sure I mentioned that you can purchase tickets to the event for $25 per person, and you can become a sponsor with a corporate table that costs $500, and that includes 10 tickets, one table, and you'll be prominent in the program.
Yes.
An event sponsor is $1,000, and that includes 10 tickets, a table, and your name on all event materials. And so when Carla Grimsley is here between 10:05 and 10:30, she'll be able to explain whatever we didn't understand there.
And there are 4 organizations in town that will benefit from the event. The first one is Interfaith, of course, then ARC Marion, Arnett House, and the Marion Therapeutic Riding Association. So all of the proceeds will be split up 4 ways.
All right, so here's some of the things, talking points this morning. There was a trade deal yesterday. The United States and 11 other countries made a trade deal that is called the Trans-Pacific Partnership. The Trans-Pacific Partnership. Here's what it means.
Okay.
Well, here's the layman's way of understanding. These 12 countries, us and the other 11, we produce almost half of the world's goods. So we've gotten together and agreed to lower the tariffs on goods from the United States. That will hopefully make other countries want to buy our stuff. There will be fewer restrictions on the international dairy market, which will make it easier for us to send milk overseas and cheese overseas, as well as to import milk and cheese. Why would we import milk?
I know, and cheese. We make it all here.
But anyway, we did that. We also have increased access to advanced U.S. drugs. Critics of this agreement say it'll send jobs overseas. Supporters say it will boost exports from the United States to help us and other teams take on China, which I guess China is the target here for some reason. This is the biggest trade deal in decades, which means it's a big win for President Obama and his legacy. However, Congress needs to give it their thumbs up first.
Yep.
So it's not a done deal. The Supreme Court started their new term. This is an interesting term for them, and this gives us radio guys a lot of food for talking. This year is going to be a great year for them, full of issues we've heard before, kind of like a band that's touring, playing songs you've heard before.
Yeah.
They will be talking, believe it or not, about affirmative action, the Supreme Court.
Oh, my gosh.
Asking this question: is it okay for colleges to consider race in the admissions process? Is it okay to consider that?
They consider it by grades.
Supreme Court will be looking at this, Robin. I'm just telling you.
Oh, gee.
Also, here's one that might strike a chord with you. Union dues are going to be considered by the Supreme Court. Whether public employees should be required to pay union dues, even if they don't want to be a member of the union.
Gosh.
Now, isn't that something?
They are really overstepping their bounds.
Well, this is the Supreme Court trying to decide what to do.
Yeah, but
it's not the Supreme Court overstepping the bounds.
Yeah, but you either belong to a union and you pay the dues, or you don't belong to the union and you don't pay the dues.
Right, and nobody can decide on that. What you just said right there is not everybody's opinion. So that's why it went to the Supreme Court to say, well, we'll let Daddy decide.
Okay.
See, the Supreme Court is Daddy.
So the people that don't belong to the union, they want to benefit from what the union's offering by paying dues, but they don't want to support the union. Oh, gee.
Something like that, I guess.
You can't
Anyway,
have both ways.
Supreme Court is also going to be looking at abortion again and whether states can place strict requirements on clinics performing them. They are not going to be looking at insider trading for some reason.
Oh, well, that's because they make money from
Just
that.
yesterday, they decided to not review a decision from a lower court that made it harder to prosecute Gordon Geckos.
Gordon Gekko.
Gordon Geckos.
He's the
morning.
movie guy, the movie character from Michael Douglas.
Good morning, you're on the air.
Yeah, good morning, good morning. Michigan is a real strange state regarding union membership. It's a union shop state, which basically means after 90 days you have to join a union. If you're in a business that's been organized by a union. But it gets more strange than that.
What do you mean?
If you are giving care to a relative due to a severe illness, after the 90th day, you must join the Service Employees International Union, even though you're not actually being paid to do this.
Oh my goodness. That's
So
only in
if you're
Michigan?
just giving care to your relative, and you're the official caregiver
Gotcha.
for medical reasons.
I see.
The Service Employees International Union requires you to pay union dues,
I've
even
not heard of
even though you're not even making any money.
That is crazy. That is crazy. Well, I appreciate the input. You know, the Supreme Court decision, though, has only to do with public employees, just so you know.
Oh, good.
Just
Yeah.
Good.
I think most of the businesses
mean,
you're talking about in Michigan
current-
are private businesses.
Currently in Florida, you do not have to join a union if a union is organized in your shop. In other words, people that work at Lockheed Martin, even though there's a union in the shop, they don't have to join it.
But public employees would include teachers even in the state of Florida.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, most teachers are members of the teachers union, but there are teachers that aren't, and they are not required to be.
right, but that's what the Supreme Court wants to rule on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
so it's clear about what this story is about. Yeah, the Supreme Court is going to decide whether or not public employees should be required to pay the dues, the union dues, even if they don't want to be a member, and that does apply to teachers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's my point.
All right, Jim. Thank you. Appreciate the input on state of Michigan. That's kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard that.
The story I want to talk to Galen about when he comes on is about the
Fantasy football.
The fantasy football.
Scandal.
Yesterday, two major fantasy companies that award cash money to winners, they're called DraftKings and FanDuel. They had to issue a joint statement saying that their employees do not use inside information to do better in their own fantasy football contests.
Well, that makes sense. That's like insider
Okay.
trading. That makes sense.
Okay. Right. But
Gee.
this comes after an employee at one of the companies or one of the organizations called DraftKings released data before the start of the third week of NFL games and then went on to win $350,000 from his fantasy picks over at FanDuel, the other company. The other, or whatever these things are, DraftKings and FanDuel. That's why I want to ask Galen about this stuff. In response, both sides have temporarily banned their employees from entering contests on other sites. And P.S., he's not the first to do this. He's not the first employee from one of these companies to win big. So everybody's wondering if they have some inside information. How do you have inside information on a football game? How do you know in advance? This is what I don't understand about this game. That's why I need somebody who's into sports
Yeah,
to
how
kind of
do you know in
explain it to me,
advance
Lucy.
who's gonna win
Explain it to
or
me.
lose?
Okay, elsewhere in the news, other talking points, just so you know. We'll get to the flood in a second. Takaaki Kachida and Arthur McDonald won the Nobel Prize in Physics. They took it home for their work in neutrinos. Neutrinos are particles that move at almost the speed of light. And so they have won the Nobel Prize for that.
Congratulations.
Don't even, it's over my head.
I admire people like that.
It's over my head.
Yeah. They're there to make our life better.
What is my story about the
flooding?
Oh, there was a.
Oh.
What was the one I had? Oh, the tuba guy.
The tuba.
Yeah, there was a news reporter, and he was doing a report about a high school football game. And he loves the tuba, he says, and he's holding his microphone up to the tuba. It was really a sousaphone, by the way.
Yeah.
But he was holding his microphone up to it, and it fell in. Can I show you what it sounded like?
I haven't been to a high school football game in a while. This is one to come to for sure. This is going to be high school ball at its highest level. So, if you love faces like those on a nice late summer night, early fall night, it's going to be a fun time. I like to wade into the band because you know what you don't get very often? Marching baritones. Here's one right here.
So he puts the mic up to the baritone. Right there.
Plus, you know I love the tuba.
Here we go.
It's one of my favorite instruments. Listen to this.
And then he drops the microphone into the tuba or to the sousaphone.
He lost his mic down the tuba. Are you kidding me?
That's not a tuba, by the way.
What is it?
It's a sousaphone.
Oh, a sousaphone.
Did he get it out?
It looked like
it's
a tuba
stuck in the valve someplace.
No.
See,
boy, you're going to get yelled
They're
at.
watching the picture. These are the guys back at the studio. They're watching the picture, and the guy's on the floor with the tuba trying to get the microphone out of it.
We'll see you again soon.
Sousaphone, anyway.
What a great moment.
All right, we'll move forward. Take a little break. We'll be right back. Galen Unol up next. We will be talking about fantasy football.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. The Carolinas hoping to dry out after days